Good morning. Welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. I'm David Steele, and here's my truck. And today we are in the perceived paradise if you're a kid of the 80s and 90s, if you're a British kid, and that is Malaga, on the south coast of Spain. We have a little trip today. We're actually going to head north into the mountains, and I've spent a bit of time in this part of the world, and it is truly beautiful, and in my humble opinion, it was kind of ruined by the Club 1830 scene, at least the image of it, for some parts of the British population. Now, this Iveco is, well, you can probably guess, we're running an Americanized powertrain under that exquisite Independence Day bodywork. Let's go ahead and fire it up. There we go. So we have an unusual setup here. We have a Cummins L10. This is it's a early 1990s vintage, so it's a little older than the truck. We're using an Eaton Ultra Shift. You know, I've got a feeling actually that this is a slightly later L10. Foolish David, can't actually recall what he's got under the hood, but it's fine. It's a Cummins L10, and this is a 310 rated engine. So in terms of power output, in fact, you know, let me see if I can show you. Let's go ahead and just back it up, and we'll head into the shop here. Let's go back here. Yeah, the 18-speed Ultra Shift as well. That's going to be interesting to see how well it copes. Let's jump in here. So, truck configurator. Well, we have it's a 92. I was right. It is the older one, and that compares pretty favorably with the Cursor. Is it the Cursor 8? Yeah, Cursor 8 with 310. We've got quite a bit more torque. We've actually got a lot more torque than the smaller engine, but not as much as the bigger comparable size. Okay, so in terms of what we got under the hood, not that much power, but plenty of torque given what we've got. Yeah, there's a Caterpillar we could have used. It's a bigger capacity unit. I'm just looking at engines with 310 horsepower, a 3406 with a chunk more torque. That fun little ride. I mean, as much fun as you can have with just 310 horsepower. Now, the purpose of today's trip is twofold. Number one, I'm enjoying putting the American powertrains into the European trucks and just riding around and seeing how well they cope. And two, this 18-speed, yeah, it's an Eaton Ultra Shift. It's an 18-speed. It's a 3.9 final drive. And that should be fairly well suited to the lower European speed limits. But it's also going to be suited to lots of gears. If we happen to have a heavy cargo and maybe a hilly road, that might be something that's going to be useful. Well, guess what today's trip is? Alright, let's go ahead and make like a tree and get out of here. So far so good, we haven't stalled. Right. I'm going to go ahead and just adjust some sound at my end. So the L10 has the big cam sound effect, or an older big cam sound effect. So it's kind of noisy. And compared to a lot of the Euro trucks or Euro engines, it's most definitely noisy. Take it steady. I don't know really. Iveco has never really felt the most stable of platforms, even for Euro Truck Simulator 2. But luckily, I've got a very heavy cargo that we're taking today, and so I'm going to get used to being able to drive slowly. That's going to be useful. But with all these gears, the hope here is we're going to have a gear for pretty much every occasion. Now, we'll see how well that pans out, because the cargo today is over 78,000 pounds. That's a lot for a 310 horsepower engine. But what could possibly go wrong, right? Well, they've made an effort at, I say an effort, that's the wrong word. I haven't explored Malaga I drove around here when the Spanish expansion was first brought to the game. I don't think I've been back, so I could do with exploring because there's quite a bit that I just haven't been around. I'm gonna turn right. No, I want to go left here. I'll just use it every lane. It's fine. I'll get used to doing that too. Yeah, I'm using every lane as well. And if it, yeah, the indicator didn't correct, that's fine, we're turning right anyway. Now without a retarder, I think today's trip could be, I want to say more challenging, but yeah, it's going to be a little bit of fun. And this is a narrow little access road, even for one of the smaller trucks. I brushed the tyre against the curb there. So I was playing around with the Eaton Auto Shift in the European game. It's an early automated manual, and it has quite a slow shift at time, and that's okay. You don't really notice it on a flat road. You come to a hilly, twisty road with lots of speed changes, and you most definitely notice it, because quite often you'll maybe give the accelerator pedal a bit more power. You increase the demand. The transmission may decide, okay, I'm going to keep it in gear, and it's like, nah, actually I think I want to change down. If it goes to change down, well, if you're climbing a hill, which is often where you might want a bit more power, it disengages the engine, so you declutched essentially. Your speed drops even more. Then you get the next gear and it's like, actually that's maybe too slow, and you can rinse and repeat. And there isn't really an easy fix for this. Now, it doesn't happen all of the time. It happens enough that I'm like, yeah, sometimes you need a bit more. You need a bit quicker shifting. It's not a terrible issue. The Eaton Ultra Shift, it shifts a lot quicker. That is a long cargo. Go ahead and get my windows down. I turned off advanced coupling, so this should be a lot easier just to connect up to. Let's see. Okay. Doesn't look that difficult. I don't even need to drop the rifle. I'm going to. That was because I was playing around with a different mod truck that didn't seem to support advanced coupling. Advanced couplings, we have to line it up properly. I just have to get close enough here. And that is going to be close enough, so if I hit T, there you go. It does everything for me, so in a way, it kind of cheats. Is that Enrique? No, it's not. Oh, whoa. I was sliding backwards. What's going on here? Let's take a look. Oh, I don't think... No, I was going to say, I don't think we hit anything, but yeah, we were rolling backwards. Alright, that's the package. Let me see. Not the best aeros in the world, then. I don't have a spoiler on the back. Long trailer. Okay, well, let's make like a tree and get out of here. So it's going to start me off on first. It's a bit of a hill, I don't blame it. Let's see. Has it got what it takes? Yes, but wow. Alright, this might be one of those drives where I'm thinking, you know, maybe I should have gone all cutesy and taken an ISX EGR or double overhead cam. And what have we got? We got 4 hours of real world time to get to our destination. 4 hours and 47 minutes, so I'm going to have plenty of time here. Gotta take a rest in just under 2 hours, that's disappointing. Yeah, okay, well, we'll have to stop for a break. That's fine. This truck comes fully loaded with a sleeper. Not the most interesting hotel suite-like sleepers you've ever seen, but hey, we can sleep here. That's going to be good. And oh, this isn't that. Okay. got a stop sign, stepping back in Texas. All these brakes seem a little snaggy. Let's try that again, shall we? Alright, so stop here. Now that might not be for me, but I can see it, so I'm going to do it. Check my temperatures whilst I'm here. Everything is getting more or less up to temperature. Normal engine oil temperature is typically in the low 200s, and I do have my units set up a little strange for ETS2. The default for me would be Celsius, and there's not a problem with that. But one of the reasons why I'm sticking at Fahrenheit is, I live in a part of the world where they have this really eclectic mix of units. So we got Fahrenheit for temperature, which I just struggle with. Let's see if we don't mess up going around this little corner here. Bit of jank from the game. That wasn't me hitting the curb. Let's just check how far away am I. Yes, shame I didn't have a mirror there, which I do. Oh, that looks yeah. Went up on this. May have curved the wheel a lot, the whole length. Well, we didn't crash, so technically we didn't crash, and we probably didn't damage anything. Check. Nope, we didn't slowly enough. Well, it should be okay, but I don't like to do that. It's gonna happen. I just don't like to do it. Oh yay! Lots of Malaga roundabouts. That's what we like. That's really not what we like. Not with something as long as Portugal. Tucked up behind my little truck. So actually, just looking at something there. There was a tree overhanging the street. Now, having just got a violation bylaw paragraph 7 subsection 3 line 7 word 376 section 2 from the local HOA for a tree that overhangs the sidewalk pavement, which says do it by 10 days from this notice. We got the notice 17 days after it was supposed to be issued. Yeah, that tree was in violation of those bylaws, whatever the HOA agreement. So yay, go HOA. Homeowners Association. Yeah, I wonder if it means house of, and I'm struggling for a word what the A might stand for. You've got an idea, put it in the comments below. So I actually have to go all the way around here, get nice and wide. I mean, I didn't run into him, but it could have been a bit nicer with it. Well, so far I've not really felt the massive disadvantage in power that I have. But now I am, because I'm at full power. And it's going to shift it down. But you are still bleeding speed. It's not losing any more speed, so that's good, but it's also not gaining anything. Okay, here we go. Yay, we're gaining. Alright. And I think here is where having lots of gears is useful, because if it needs to go up through every single gear individually, and that in turn means that you can keep the engine operating at its sort of sweet spot. There we go. So the L10 is it's a pretty torquey little engine. Yes, it's a 10 litre, as you can probably tell from the naming convention. Although if you drive a BMW, you may be thinking that the L10 is a 6 litre with a turbocharger. Thanks, BMW. Anyway, before I got sidetracked, all speed limit 60 here. Yes, it doesn't feel that disadvantaged, and it did then. But having so many gears lets me have a good attempt to keep the engine in its sweet spot. I'm actually speeding it. Get on my engine brake, I think. And the L10, it is surprisingly quite a torquey little motor. wants me to do 90 kilometers per hour. I don't think we'll be getting up to 90. I'm going to find the first place to stop and we'll rest up. Peak torque is delivered at 1200 RPM, which is just below the first notch in the. No, that's not true. It's just below the middle notch. So the tachometer, the gauge on the right, the rev counter, is kind of a bit weird in the sense that it shows every 125 RPM. I know, not every 100. It's every 125. Okay, here's my exit. Right.
Exit right.
My power, yeah, get on my engine brake again. This particular L10 doesn't downshift when you're in automated mode, which is, well, it could be useful, especially with a smaller capacity engine. The smaller your engine, the less your engine brake. I'm gonna put my cruise on. Try and hold on to nearly 40 kilometers per hour. Yeah, so I think it's going to struggle here. Actually, nowhere near as bad as I thought it would. Okay, I'm highly impressed by that. Tap my cruise up to 80, and yeah, look at that. It's shifting up to keep the engine at sort of 1200 RPM, at least on the way up. Then it doesn't need to use excessive revs because it's got another gear it can pick. Look at that. I'm colour me impressed with that. That's working pretty good. So move into the right hand lane. We don't want to hold everyone up unduly. Yes, I know we're tired. Let's just check. What have I got? 40 minutes before I have to stop or I start getting fined. Hopefully there'll be a stop up here. I wonder if you can hear the neighbour's dog. Or how well the noise cancelling works. Right. Let's grab some water, you might even hear that. Okay, force it to shift up into top gear. So now we're in top gear, we're heading down the hill. Right. Speed limit is 90. I'm gonna use the engine brakes, try and keep it under control. It's actually not, it's running away, so let's just disable the engine brake. We'll let the speed build up just a little bit. Okay. Right, well I wasn't planning on doing 90 kilometers per hour on 55 or 56, but here we are, and I've not come across somewhere to take a break yet. And that's not good. So we're kind of entering the foothills of the mountains now, and I may need to let that speed bleed off, because this, like I say, this thing is not the most stable truck. It's kind of small. It drives, like I said, a little narrow. But I'm optimistic that speed will bleed right down. Okay, started to change down. Okay, I think we're going through this tunnel a little quick, but we'll... Oh... I mean... Yeah. Way to go, David. Okay, well that just about brings today to a conclusion. It's a little disappointing. Not my first time doing that. So we can look at the underside of the Iveco. Nice big fuel tanks. So they're not spilling everywhere. Right, well I think I'll stop and take a nap. So thanks so much everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Look up and take care. Goodbye.